Well guys, welcome back at ImWateringPSUs. And now, since I build computers, I sell computers, sometimes I get very weird requests. Today's request is not even the weirdest one, because last week we had like the guy who had to mask his gaming PC so that his mother was happy because he couldn't play games on it. But then he asked me to put like an APU so he could still play games on the integrated graphics on his PC. We do get strange things. What we have here today is another strange thing, and it's basically a guy who had this PC with like a Xeon, X79 Xeon, pretty old stuff, which was starting to go bad. So basically the RAM wasn't working, he was getting blue screen and stuff. However, this is not the first time he brings me his PC for upgrades, because he's doing upgrades step by step. Basically every month when he gets his paycheck, it takes a little bit of money and he upgrades his PC. And so a bit of a time, he will eventually get a full brand new PC. But today we are doing the case, motherboard, CPU and RAM. This guy recently upgraded the cooler. I will show you which cooler he had before. It's like a Cooler Master, like all-in-one kit from probably the early 2000s, and he had this on X79 and it was running pretty terribly. But he got a brand new iTech cooler, 120mm on his previous case. He's doing the big jump with the brand new case, and that's where this FSP CUT 593 comes in. Basically it's a massive case, it can host pretty much all the hardware you want. With this case, I think we'll be able to keep it probably for the next, I don't know, 10 years, because you can literally fit a 4090 in here and a 420mm all-in-one water cooler, so it should be fine. Now, the FSP CUT 593, which is the case we picked today, went a bit under the radar of most big tech channels, and I do think it is a case that deserves more recognition. It's very good and very premium. Comes with pre-installed ARGB fans on the front and back, and literally you can put whatever you want into here. So again, it's kind of a bit of a review of that case as well, but let's go ahead. So we also have to keep his old SATA SSD, his old hard disk, and the GPU, which he recently upgraded, but unfortunately got a pretty low-end model, a GTX 1650. So we will have to keep that one as well. It's not a problem for us here, so I just went ahead and installed the CPU on the motherboard, plugged the RAM in. The CPU he chose is an i5-14400F, which is actually a really good CPU, and I think it is not getting as much recognition as it should be, simply because of all the controversy and issues surrounding the 13th and 14th gen Intel CPUs that have been going around lately, which, by the way, I have a video on how to actually fix all those problems. It's just a matter of changing a few things in the BIOS and you're gonna be fine. It's actually a good CPU. He got maybe not the best RAM and motherboard pairing, because he got a Z-series motherboard with a single stick of RAM, which is honestly not ideal, but the CPU is very good and will actually allow him to put even a 4070 in here, no problem. And if you're looking at this with having in mind to get a high-end PC at some point in time in the future, it's not actually bad. So again, just went ahead, installed it all, took all the components out from the old build, like the graphics card, the SSD, the hard disk, gave it a nice cleanup, because oh boy, they were dusty. And now it's just a matter of installing them all in the new case, and to do that, I will do it more vlog-like, so let's go and do it. I have all the components lined up and ready, so it's just a matter of mounting this guy over here, and then slotting all of this into the brand new FSP case, and we can see that the old PC is just chilling over here, empty, and yeah, maybe one could actually pull out in some way a budget build out of this, but the CPU, unfortunately, the IMC, the integrated memory controller, has degraded, and so even the single stick of RAM doesn't really run properly. So we'll see. But anyways, let's get back to building. So with all the brackets mounted, just quick paste application right there. Not my best one, I'm gonna be honest. And then just slotting in the cooler over here. And with this mounted, everything is ready. So it's time to slot it in the case. First off, I say we take off this. Now this case has protections for all the USBs on top, because it's a premium case from FSP. And now, unfortunately, we are gonna mount this 120mm cooler up on the top, which is gonna be an absolute waste, but yeah. This case is meant for 360mm rads, or even 420s on the front, but hey, this is what we're working with. Now, you just know a case is premium if they give you this. Now, what is this? This is a thing to basically secure the motherboard standoff. But anyways, jokes aside, let's actually go in and slot the motherboard, okay? So again, we have so much space, it's super easy. GPU slotting in time, and now I'm not gonna lie, it does feel like the proverbial throwing a sausage in a hallway, because I mean, yeah, it is a bit small, but it's big enough, okay guys? Yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and slot it in place. Definitely empty, but ready for nice upgrades in the future. And here we are with the PC finished. Now, I've got to say, it's not my proudest work because it looks kind of empty, but again, the hardware inside is far from being high-end, but I think it is just a step in the direction of making a high-end PC for this guy who has a very restricted budget. So now he has good motherboard, good case, good RAM, even though a single stick, and I will not comment on the rest of the components, but it's a good start. So, you know, in the future he can put, CPU is fine actually. He can put a better GPU, better power supply, maybe switch to an NVMe drive, and honestly have a pretty good PC. We can say that actually. The only thing I really dislike is the 120 mounted on top, but hey, it was the only way to make it look decent unless we wanted to take off the fan on the back, so I guess we can live with it. If in the future he wants to get a better all-in-one as well, would be pretty nice. With that said, let's talk about the case. So the case is absolutely amazing and actually gets my full recommendation because it's super spacious and it's very easy to build in, even if you have a hard disk or if you have, again, not ideal hardware. The cable management still looks kinda nice, even with a PSU with ugly yellow and orange cable. It came out decent, I think. The airflow is absolutely amazing. Again, we don't need it in this case because the hardware really doesn't draw any power at all, but it's nice to have. And all the fans are daisy chained out of the box, so you just have to plug it in the motherboard. One single RGB cable, one single fan cable, and they also have slots for more fans. And I think the value for money coming in at around under the 150 bucks for this case is honestly very good, since it has 4 included fans and 3 of them are 140s. So all in all, you get my full recommendation, but let me know if you like this video more vlog style, and also let me know what you think about the case. Please don't tell me what you think about the build, because I know it's not the best. So maybe drop a like and subscribe so I can make higher end builds, please. And yeah, hopefully I will see you guys in another one. So take care, goodbye.